Join us for interviews with solutionaries from around the world as we engage you, our viewers, in the exciting and adventurous journey toward a new world. A world that works for everyone. Hello, everybody, and welcome again to the New Earth News. I've got a very special guest today, a dear brother, business partner, New Earth visionary, all the things. Please help me welcome Sigitas Bajorunas. Did I pronounce that right? Because I always have a hard time with that one.
It depends who is pronouncing, you know. If it's Lithuanian way, it's Sigitas Bajorunas. That's where
okay,
my
so I definitely messed that up. Anyways, welcome, brother. Welcome. How are you?
I'm super great, excited. Have my setup and feeling ready for the action. I would say even more action. Like sometimes it's interesting to figure it out that I'm doing already quite a lot, and feel that I'm not enough. So yeah, this is something.
Yeah, it's an interesting dance that we're doing, right? Like it's I think really, yeah, just embracing, you know, where we're at on the journey, this infinite journey that we're on, and acknowledging, you know, where we are and how far we've come, and you know, everything that we're doing, while still, you know, stepping into more, because it is an infinite journey.
Yeah, when you put it that way, definitely it somehow resonates that it's so much happening inside and outside at the same time, and to capture all that in in the moment it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's what a ride we've been on, eh?
Oh man, and it's an honor to be on the New Earth channel. It's really, I'm grateful to be chosen or trusted, or whatever is your process of choosing who to talk to.
It's an honor to have you here. I just want to interview and bring light to the idea, or at least the awareness that all of the solutions are here, you know, and there really is simultaneously two worlds happening right now. And you know, the one is, I mean, that narrative is on every channel about, you know, how things are breaking down, and so on and so forth. And there's this other one, and I feel like you're a prime example of that, where, you know, it's explorative, it's adventurous, it's playful, it's, you know, it's a world that really works for everyone, right? And that's why I wanted to have you on, was, you know, because you're probably one of the best, brightest examples of play and exploration in this new world that you know, that we have. And so, you know, without kind of beating that to death, I would love for you just to, you know, tell everyone like who you are, how you see yourself.
Of course, you have to start with this question.
Of course.
Yeah. So I just came out of the breathwork, one of your breathwork. I think it's a week 8 or week 9 from your course, breathwork, and it brought me to singularity, and it brought me with curiosity to that singularity. I would say I'm very curious awareness, and that's what makes me playful, and that's what makes me excited about, you know, like I'm not approaching these difficulties in life with the mindset of as a victim. I approaching them with curiosity from create as a creator perspective, and that guides me to very interesting places, such as like singularity. So I have quite a few projects actually going on in my life, and creating really interesting project in Sri Lanka, which is I want to talk about more, not necessarily now, but it's called Trust. And in that project, I say with a team, I have a team there of passionate, driven people that I really trust through experience. And I have this way of testing people and scanning and feeling, and then choosing the trust. And the level I choose trust is it's inspiring for me, for myself. That's what motivates me, and that's what drives me. So projects, life, living life by free choice. So I have no obligations to anyone right now. More like in the projects I am involved, I am the part of creator of those projects, and I give a lot of permission for myself to be, to exercise, to breathe, to talk to people, to be updated, to be involved in conversations that could be difficult and challenging and mind-breaking and explorative in the future. And I like going in depth. And right now, before this breath work, what brought me to, or what led me to singularity, it was, and how the question is how can we recreate the healthy kingdom, or healthy society? We have, as you say, we have all solutions, right? And I wrote today a question on my notebooks, why I haven't executed any NFTs yet. And that gave me the answer that, because I still don't know what is this about? Like fully, I'm trying to learn. And today I started really studying it. I took out my notebook and I watched the video, I pause the video, and then I write, I do the homework. And after that homework, I went into process of breath work, where I start seeing the whole, that's exaggeration, where I start seeing from perspective of singularity, how to create the system based on trust, the system based on love, healthy organization where it's self-governing, meaning people are chosen or by choice through going through some rites of passages to get some kind of status in this organism, which I think it can grow and expand by itself very organically. As soon as I understood the principle, which is the singularity, or understood, I revisited.
So can you speak more to that? Like, just, so first of all, for those who maybe, this whole talk of singularity and oneness is new, right? Because this is a channel for people to explore and realize that we truly are, one. We're one with each other. We're one with, the planet. And that if I hurt you, I'm only hurting myself, right? So, there's this movement towards, really supporting and leveraging and uplifting each other, right? And you talk about trust, and you talk about, this concept of giving without the expectation of seeing anything in return, right? And this idea of service, right? And which I absolutely love, and I'm right there with you. Much of what I've done over my lifetime has been more about service than anything else. So speak to the singularity, like what that is from your perspective, and then how, when we create a new model of society from that perspective, with kind of these checks, I guess like checkpoints and you know, kind of like an onboarding or funnel system for every man and woman to actually move back into, what that could potentially look like.
So I start with a question first, and you're asking what is the singularity and how. So what I got instantly when you asked the question is owning the creator part fully, with full-on responsibility, and operating from that. There's zero victim, and choosing the place of what is my place in this society, in this experiment that we are playing all together here. So I would say, yeah, creator, responsible creator, the singularity. It's non-dual yet. So creating from that space where for everybody equally, animals, humans, like taking in consideration plants, everything. Like what exists, like the ancient wisdom, the now, of course, the future, you know, like playing with it, with all concepts and aspects in awareness that's right now. That's
okay. So again, for somebody who's just tuning into this and is like, whoa, like I got a family, I got a job, I got to put food on the table. I can't think about that stuff. Like, how am I supposed to fit into that? What would you say to that person?
And I think it, like,
who's still in,
yeah.
Sorry, just so somebody who's still maybe.
I have an answer.
Okay.
I think I have an answer. Is if you feel those emotions, what you just shared, like, oh, I have a family, oh, I cannot, this is, maybe it's not for you, you know, to if that energy comes when you hear talks about singularity and how to operate from there, maybe it's not for you right now. Like it's I think that's what I see, like a healthy system and healthy kingdom. I'm trying to picture and concept in healthy kingdom how the life is happening. And the way I say, the shoemaker does not have to think how to protect the kingdom, does not have to think how to have a funds to buy something from outside of the kingdom, you know, like he doesn't think about money. He's doing service on serving fixing shoes, for example, for the people who are in the kingdom. And then he gets services in return that are provided to him, food, health, it could be healings, whatever, I don't know, whatever is needed. But there is this healthy exchange of energy and importance of every piece in the kingdom. So finding that, okay, this is what I love doing, this is what that's what I feel passionate about. And then there is no as soon as the system is operating from the heart and mind coherence and driven by passion, then there is the time disappears, the resistance disappears, you know, like it's just it's the universe starts providing with all it's needed. Talking from
I love that. And
that's what I can say to that.
Yeah, and I agree wholeheartedly. You know, there's so there's this idea of a different kind of energy exchange, right? So it's not just I have to pay you for your services, it's I offer this service and these are the services I need in return, and or products, right? So like what I'm seeing and feeling is this And I've been exploring this in you know the ways that I work and offer you know different things like you mentioned the breath work is like instead of pay me for this service, it's like I offer this now. You know what's your piece, what's your passion, what's your skill, right? And what maybe um, can you plug into, or what service can you provide me that I might need?
Yes, yes, definitely. And it's not necessary, I think, in serving and in being served. If we operate from the healthy perspective, I think there is no need for something in return. It's also sometimes healthy just to receive, thank you so much, and bye. And then, you know, choosing trust that the life somehow will take care of my needs when I'm gonna be in need. And then the person that served me will be taken care of. And also, like, it's a trust that I trust that the person who served me is not serving from lack or scarcity mentality. It's doing it from the heart. And of course, I think I'm still processing a lot of things, how to go like down deeper into this rabbit hole. But today in that breath work, I start seeing that sacred geometry is the big answer how we can operate, and like how we to create that healthy supportive system for everyone who is in the system. And I think the system, it has to be by free choice, you know. So like, for example, if we create a kingdom, everybody is welcome to join. And it's, of course, there is initiation, of course there is rites of passages, because I think that's what's missing in Western world, from my knowledge. And it's a big time. And from my experience, the rites of passage is so important.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
if I answer your, do I answer your question? Yeah.
Yeah. So I want you to, can you share an example or two from your life of what this complete and total trust looks like?
Yes. So I have happening yesterday. I'm also investor and I'm invested in a Tesla stocks. And yesterday morning I opened my computer and I see the whole amount I had, it's gone. And plus on top of that, minus 6,000 euros, it's red. And I look at those numbers. I do the screenshot because I'm like, this is a cool, well, it's happening. What can I do? If it went bunkers, it went bunkers, right? So I look in those numbers. I go to my balcony. I take some breaths, and then I go into the that thought comes to me. Well, so now I'm not gonna change my energy because of that. And I calibrated myself back instantly to the energy. It took maybe 1 hour. I had lunch in between with some people, and I found trust that, okay, if that's happening, if that's what the life wants, it's happening for me anyways. If that's what the life wants for me to happen, I became curious instantly. I was like, okay, so and I cannot call it challenge because it's not challenging anymore. It's just a test. The universe just testing the way I see, and then I share to some people, so I become humble. I start feeling, okay, I'm gonna be, well, it's gonna be kind of interesting how is the life gonna shift because of that. So I accepted that reality that all my funds are gone. And few hours later, I put on computer again and everything is back. It was just a company making a split in the shares and I was not aware. I'm not tracking it. I just invested a few years ago and it flipped back everything. So that surprised me, how how fast I was able to recalibrate, stay back in an energy. Okay, so how do I behave? Well, I behave if it's nothing happened, you know, in the end, like, what can I do? Like, the programs kicks in automatically, the fear, the whatever, with all kind of questions. But I back to myself.
I love that. I love that.
That gives that's one of example of trust. Another,
yeah, I love that.
And another, I would say, I am really good in detecting people with passion, and I started supporting them financially or counseling or whatever kind of support, and especially those that I financially support and invest in or create projects together based on shared vision, shared passion. And I'm an investor in those projects. For example, trust. I'm investing there, and I'm creating with the people who are also creators. So they have visions, and I need to find the trust in the process, because if I don't trust, I want to control. My scarcity, my calculative mind kicks in. So seeing those numbers yesterday, also like, oh, okay, so how I'm gonna do in that project now, you know, like, and so trusting others in big time, that they are doing the best, because I would like to be trusted, you know, by others. So I walk from that perspective. I operate from this perspective that, and we talked with you few years ago about, you know, like, you shared who you are, and I have a trust for you now, and we have this bond where we met in trust, where I don't need to question your intentions. Of course, we agreed that we're gonna challenge each other through life if we see that we're falling in some ego traps or whatever, because it happens. But like, it comes, that's where duality kicks in. That's where duality kicks in. But that's like singularity. There's no need for responsibility there for anything. But once duality, there is good, and then there is a responsibility that comes with that good. So if it's needed awareness of manifestation in the end, like responsible manifestation.
No, I love all that, and you know, there's something you mentioned about, you know, it's happening for you, right? And I often say that to my clients, is like, if we can just shift perspective from, oh my God, why is this happening to me, to, oh my God, this is happening for me, right? Because there's always a lesson, there's always an opportunity to shift your perspective, there's always an opportunity to heal. And it's like, if we get the lesson, when we get the healing, it's like there's a collapse in time and space that happens, and we come closer to that version of ourselves that's outside of time and space, that singularity that knows all, that sees all, that is all, right? And so, and it's just a little shift in perspective.
It's a very little shift.
Why is this happening? To, thank God this is happening. What, you know, what is here for me to unpack, to uncover, to learn, to explore, to heal, to expand more into the truest version of who I truly am.
Oh man,
I love it. I love it.
I lost them, but it's really cool.
Let's shift a little bit, because I want to go into why you are, and we'll get your projects in just a minute. But I want to ask this question, and I'm, you know, really curious to drill down and explore with people the why, like why you are and why you do what you do.
So what came, where else I would be? And I start looking to everything from perspective as energy, movement, and that allows me not to judge what's going on in the world. since that's just the energy movement, how can I judge? How do I know what's going on? It's on the perspective, energetical energies are moving and doing what they need to do. And yeah, where I was going with that, to answer why.
I mean, it's, yeah, the why you are, you know, and I'll invite you to go back to that singularity. Like, why did you manifest from singularity as Sigitas in
So
this
what came in
in this lifetime?
what came now in this breathwork session, and that I am here to create, and to connect those dots, to make that reality possible, to take my part in this reclaiming as a humanity sovereignty, to be in service.
Why do you feel that's important? Because I'm like, I'm right there with you, right?
Well, I don't know if that's like, I feel it's important, man. I feel it's fun. Then I went into that singularity. I saw myself as a creator energy, and I got excited. I'm like, holy shit, that's cool. And then I started getting all the structures, so another on top of that, it's I am playful awareness. That's how I see it. Curious and playful awareness.
Mm-hmm. So the idea being to explore with playfulness the vast creative potential that is accessible to each of us individually and collectively. Like, if we were to kind of encapsulate it into like, this is why we're here.
I cannot answer that for everyone, why we are here. Definitely. I think it's too big of the question to answer why we all here, but what I can see myself is more like, yeah, like stepping in and taking responsibility. And now I starting realizing why I had all those experiences in my life, why I met those people I met. It's coming all together, you know, and I think that why I'm here, the way I say about life purpose, it cannot be known. It cannot be known. It's just the ego tries to catch it and to, oh, this is my life purpose. I think the purpose will clear itself out once it's done something. So, and on top of that, the purpose is going to be individually for everybody different.
Yeah.
If I manifest something, right? So, yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I just that's one of those points that I kind of wanted to bookmark, because I feel like that's like my mind automatically goes to the, you know, the 20,000 foot perspective of like, why are we here? You know, and so I love what you said about the playfulness aspect, and of course it's going to be different for every individual, but from a broad perspective, to explore with playfulness the vast creative potential that resides within and around each of us and collectively, sounds like a pretty amazing reason to be alive. You know what I mean?
And if I listen to many people from the past,
yeah,
or yeah, like that are known as geniuses and all of that, and there is some kind of quotes that if you think that you are like important, then it's like it's off. It's a signal, you know. So I think playfulness is definitely needed, you know, to stay in check. And you're not the first one that gives me this kind of beautiful compliment that sees me as a really playful and excited and passionate for life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and that's a page from your book that I'm looking to implement more in my life, is the playfulness. Like I love these conversations, and I love, trying to piece everything together and what I do, but I can definitely continue to invite more play into my life. So thank you for being that reflection.